Is it over yet? Is the Japanese Grand Prix over yet? Oh, it's over? That was it? Hey everyone, my name's Matt, and welcome to Formula Foodie, a show about food, Formula One, and the ways that I enjoy food culture around the world. Now before we move on to talking about Bahrain, we've got to talk about what did or didn't happen at the Japanese Grand Prix last time out. We finally got to see Yuki Tsunoda jumping into that Red Bull seat alongside Max Verstappen, and it was great to see him getting in there and really getting comfortable with the car. Qualifying may not have gone his way, could have been down to strategy, could have been just needing to get more used to that car in a qualifying setup, but despite what people say about Lawson out qualifying him by one position, I think it's really just a matter of time before the car comes toward him, and a track like Bahrain where he's raced a lot and they've gone testing a lot, maybe not in the Red Bull, but he's been in cars around that track a lot, so I'm hopeful for his chances coming up here, and I'm still pulling for him doing well this year. Max, on the other hand, was truly remarkable this weekend. I mean, one of the best weekends I've ever seen him have. He took that car and put it in places that it just should not be able to go. He really wrung the neck of that Red Bull to get it on pole position. He spared no expense in trying to show that he is a stunning driver in what is not the best car in the field, and he only continued to show that throughout the race. The McLarens really did not nail their strategy, but also Max just drove a perfect race and really showed that he has the composure, he has the skill set to be a world champion, and really it's going to take a lot more than just a fast car for the McLarens to be able to contend with that. And speaking of McLaren, yes, we have to talk about them again in what was ultimately a very boring and, by the end of it, frustrating race to watch. We learned that it was going to be pretty difficult for any car on track, even the McLarens, to get close enough to make a pass. We only saw a couple of passes the entire race that were really on-track racing, and it was going to really make a difference how long you could hold onto those tires and maybe how you used your pit stop window to your advantage. And the McLarens just didn't do anything ballsy. And when they had the opportunity with Oscar to maybe send him up past Lando at the end of the race to chase down Max and see if they could at least get a 1-3, maybe even a 1-2 with the McLarens, McLaren said, no, we want to play it safe, we want the constructors' points, blah, blah, blah. Boring, not fun to watch, not fun as a fan, and really, it may end up hurting them at the end of the day, because Max may just end up running away with all of these points if they're not willing to put a driver first. They need to let them race, they need to let Oscar flourish, or he's just not going to want to be at this team anymore. I could go on about that for a while, but I'll table it for now, as we move on to Bahrain here, preparing a chicken Machboos, a dish that's full of spices and flavor and complexity. As we add in this chicken stock and let it soak, all of those flavors are just going to keep developing, and once we add in the basmati rice here in a sec, it's just going to soak all those flavors into itself. From the sweetness of that cinnamon and cardamom to that signature yellow turmeric that really gives it that balanced, earthy flavor, to even these dried limes that when you poke a hole in it and let it soak in with that broth, gives it that extra little zing and sourness that rounds out the flavor profile. And yes, my plating is a pile of rice with chicken that's not even on the bone anymore because it's so tender. And you know what? It tastes absolutely delicious. So absolutely no apologies. Sorry, you're welcome. I've heard some of your responses about wanting to see the recipes I pulled this from, so I've dropped that in the description. And as I absolutely drown this in rose water, let's take a little look at this beautiful piece of art. Thanks again for stopping by. I'm hoping for a great Bahrain Grand Prix. I'll catch you next time for the Saudi Grand Prix, and have a great day.